Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I rise tonight to again raise the crisis in housing here in Tasmania. This week, the issue has been writ large, with the latest Homes Tasmania dashboard figures sadly breaking new records, and Anglicare releasing its quarterly snapshot, highlighting a shocking escalation in measures that speak to the neglect this government has shown for more than a decade. Homes Tasmania, the state entity responsible for public housing and homelessness strategies, has again published its monthly report card, another fail in a long litany of failures. In September, there were 5,336 applicants on the housing register, with priority applicants now waiting an average of over 100 weeks to be provided a home. This is a record on both accounts. While there's over 5,300 applications, we have to recognise that this is not representative of 5,300 individuals seeking support. For many applications, there's partners, children, grandchildren and other dependents, and so 5,300 applications represents a sum total of thousands more needing to find a home. Homes Tasmania is failing. We've long raised the fudging of figures, counting crisis accommodation and vacant land as achievements in the government's policy promise to build 10,000 social and affordable homes by 2032, new homes. But the issues run deeper. In budget week, as we commit hundreds of millions of dollars to build a third AFL stadium, the neglect and antipathy of the government for those struggling with a home should not be lost on anyone. Shifting government's responsibility to house Tasmania's vulnerable from a government department to a public, non-financial corporation has proven problematic and a way to shift cost and debt off the government sector books. The Crawford Review has highlighted challenges and recommended some ways forward. The ever-worsening dashboard statistics demonstrate why that change is indeed necessary. To amplify the alarm bells ringing through the Homes Tas statistics, Anglicare's report published today shocks the system through the sheer scale of escalating pain. Anglicare is reported in today's Mercury as describing living conditions in Tasmania as akin to those seen in developing countries. Shame. The report describes a shocking 88% increase in the number of people sleeping rough in Tasmania, an 88% increase when compared to the same period last year. These are the people sleeping in tents and cars on the Domain, the Hobart Rivulet, under the Bridge of Remembrance on the approach to Hobart, and countless other parks and reserves and backyards all across Tasmania. There's been a 54% rise in people living in unsuitable dwellings freezing cold in winter, mouldy with rising damp, inadequate security or leaky roofs. And most distressing, the number of children in families seeking support has grown by 60%. These figures are truly heartbreaking. They are the figures that sit behind the people that the frontline services see every single day, day after day. So many Tasmanians, including thousands of children, unable to find a home. Meanwhile, evidence-based actions that can make a real difference to people's lives go begging. Putting aside Homes Tasmania and its inability to meet the needs of Tasmanians, the Liberal government, all too often supported by Labor, have failed to take action to protect the rights of renters and rein in out-of-control short-stay accommodation. Each quarter, CBOS reports on short-stay permits, and the evidence of whole home rentals being converted to short-stay hotels is writ large. While the conversion of rentals to short stay needs to be prohibited in residential zoned areas, even the Liberals' tokenistic 5% levy on short stay visitors, promised 2 elections ago, has been kicked into the long grass. Actions speak louder than words, and on short stay, the Liberals talk up action but take none. For renters, while it's welcome there's finally been progress on the rights of tenants to keep pets in their homes, too many other critical reforms go completely begging. Ending unfair no-cause evictions, controlling rents and introducing minimum standards for rental properties can make a real difference in a double whammy housing and cost of living crisis. We look forward to the minor modifications bill being debated, and we'll move to amend it to ensure safety, security, disability access and communications modifications can be made by tenants. It's 21st century and housing is a human right, but Tasmanians still struggle under antiquated laws that prioritise the rights of landlords and investors. We still underfund the community services sector, delivering services to those in need, and so the needs are not met. And we still delude ourselves that we're doing enough to build the houses that needed to keep up with the basic demands of Tasmanians doing it ever harder in a state of haves and have-nots. And in tomorrow's budget, Tasmania will prioritise $1 billion stadium over the many needs of some of our most vulnerable.